Hey guys, welcome to Archeage closed beta tips and tricks. So there's a lot of things that we learned. They actually did take the servers offline now, but to release another server for at least North America. Europe may still be up. Yeah, Europe is still up. So North America is getting a second server. Going to actually have Archeage in the alpha stage up. But yeah, so they underestimated the demand for the servers, which is really stupid on their part. They only released two servers, a U.S. server and a Europe server, and they didn't expect that. All they gave out over 100,000 founders, or not founders, but 100,000 beta keys, and then all the founder packets as well. So they weren't expecting that many people to log on. So it was a huge, what I've heard from other streamers, clusterfuck in the beginning with, you can't kill things. There's just too many people logging in, creating characters, picking names, getting in there. So the biggest tip that, I have found, because I made it to level 13 or so in the, hour or two that we were allowed to play in. It was able to place my 2 houses down. I was able to purchase 2 houses already. So the biggest tip is to not be part of that big cluster. Don't do the killing quests that everyone else is doing, because there are not enough monsters to go around, and whoever tags the monster first gets credit for the killing quest. So don't do the killing quests. Those right there will definitely screw with you, and they will allow you to not really progress very far, very fast. You can gain a decent amount of experience by doing the green Guild-Star quest, the main story quests. Those right there, you can skip all the cutscenes. So that's the first biggest tip. The second biggest tip is that you may have noticed that the cash shop has opened up. So then that gives you access to mounts and gliders right away. So you'll notice people will be picking up a mount as soon as they log into the game, and that's very, very smart. You want to get on your mount as soon as possible so you can break away from the pack that aren't using the mounts. So right there, it pretty much is pay to win already, because those who use their credits to buy mounts have a huge, huge advantage over those that don't use their credits to buy a mount. The mount is almost twice as fast as your walk speed. So you can see here the European servers only still have one. Status high, that means there's a lot of people on. They will probably be opening a second European server as well. So here, I'll try and show you exactly what I'm talking about with the whole, big clusterfuck of people. Pretty much, you pick a name. It's getting a lot of names going to be taken, so I will just go with, like, this. From what I found, sorcery is actually the fastest DPS, in my opinion. So it allows you to kill things quicker. It's got a great skill tree in the beginning. You do have to kill certain things. Not very many with the green quest, but you do have to kill certain things here and there. So we're actually able to log in, and you'll see here that there's a huge, huge, huge cluster of people that are logging in, creating characters. You can see tons and tons of people, and it was so much worse on the actual launch time. So you can dash. All these players here aren't actually buying mounts. You'll notice that the marketplace is in the bottom right. You can click it up. And they were having some trouble, so the mount is 1,345 credits. That's the one I purchased right here, the elk mount. It goes very fast. It has a speed dash boost already at level 1, so you can increase its speed. I'm not going to buy it again on this one here. I'm just going to give it examples. So you'll notice there's so many people here, even gathering these little dragon fruits. You have to really kind of plan ahead and gather one that no one is even looking at, because there's a lot of competition. You can also gather from the trees, which is something that people don't know. And you'll notice up here there's a killing quest. This one you want to skip. You do not want to do this quest. You can escape out of all these cutscenes to help yourself clear. You do want to pick up the quests because some of them are just talk and gather. So like that one was to gather one of these ore things. So you'll notice all these monsters here are dead, and this one over here is just spawning. So people are camping out the spawn points, and it's whoever hits it first gets the actual credit for the quest. So you want to grab this and grab the mine. The ore is easy. You just have to get one, gets a good amount of experience. And you can see it will make you go over here to turn it in. But yeah, we're about, 50% slower than someone who actually would have a mount. So then you're going to go and grab all these green quests. You have to make sure you get the green quests. Those, again, are the campaign quests. So you'll notice this person over here has a mount, and look how fast he is compared to us. So you can see the elk mount over there. And so it helps yourself get familiar with the quest. You should practice on this because you are going to want to get land as soon as possible. So you notice I'm dashing, and the mount is just blowing me away. You don't want to do any of these kill quests because you can see there's no monsters. People are still camping and can't get the kill quest. You want to move away from the pack. So as soon as you get into the game, you want to go and do all the green quests. Those are the, go talk to this person, talk to that person. So nothing really major. And they also give you the Guild Stars. You need 15 Guild Stars to get a house. And you can actually get 30 Guild Stars fairly quick. I was able to place 2 houses, like I said, within the 2 hours that I played earlier. Again, so you get some experience, you get some skills. Make sure you set that up. See, those are actually part of the killing quest, so you don't want to do those. See, it'd be very hard to actually kill these monsters when other people are also trying to do the same thing. So you just rush to the green quest. And these will keep going. And once you don't see any in this region, just head up to the next region. Head up to Tiger Spine Mountain. And the green quest will continue there. They will all take you up to down here, and then it will start back down here. Do not go up the mountain. That is a very big waste of time. You can get a mount there. The very basic glider, or you can get a glider there. Very basic glider. You don't need the glider for land grab. You want to take care of this right here and then go over here and do the next campaign quest. Again, grabbing that as soon as possible. Do not go up the mountain and do not do your glider quest. It's a huge waste of time. The other thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to buy the tax certificates out of the, the marketplace as well. So you're going to buy the mount out of the marketplace, and you're going to buy the tax certificates out of the marketplace. Those two things are critical. I bought 150 tax certificates, and that right there costs, you can see 150 is 1350 credits. So I'm a founder, an Archeage founder. I've been playing in alpha, so they gave me 11,500 credits. So I used this for 1350, and then I used 1350, I believe, for the mount, or 1345 for the mounts. And so right there, so I still have a lot of credits to play around with. But you need those. So when I placed my 2 houses, I used like 70 of my tax certificates. And then after that, I was able to get to level 10, and I could teleport back and start the Scarecrow quest. Because you have to be level 10 to do the Scarecrow quest. That quest does not unlock until you are level 10. So you do want to set up a recall position there, or actually just use one of your teleporting stones, your hereafter stones, to go back and do your farm quest once you have placed your Scarecrow. Or once you have placed your houses. Houses are very important. You want to get those first because those can save your land. They're 16 by 16, and then they can also be replaced for your large scarecrows later on. And you can lock up a lot of land. Oopsie. So you can see the mount looks really cool. So don't worry about spending your credits on that. That is tremendously worthwhile. You definitely want that mount, or you want the other mounts. Those will save you so much time. You can just see how many people are logged in and just chilling over here. You can escape out of all the cutscenes. You want to do that so you can speed up the process. Oops. Make sure you don't run away from any of the green quests. So those are the biggest tips and tricks right there for the closed beta and actually for launch, because this is going to be pretty much what launch looks like. You're going to have the 4-day head start, but you're still going to be competing with all these other players that have bought the Archeage packages, the founder packs. So you're going to want to get your mount as soon as possible. You're going to want to go and place your houses as soon as possible. You don't need any gold for that. You just need tax certificates, which you can buy off the marketplace. So you can buy everything you need off the marketplace. I would recommend going and getting 30 of the Gilda Stars from doing all these, green campaign quests. And then once you have 30, going to place 2 houses and separate them just a little bit so you can actually take up more land than just your 16 by 16 patch. So you can kind of claim a certain, portion of that little map. And there you go. Those are the basics for actually, claiming land and a head start in, Archeage when it actually does launch. So that's the thing. Stay away from the packs. Get 30 Gilda Stars. Go to Mirage Island through the big portal. Pick up your houses. Come back out and go and place your houses where you want them ASAP. Even if you don't want said land, you can always place it in a very in-demand place, like people like this spot over here, Villanella, in the land areas, because this is close to the Gilda Star traders, and then you can also sell this for high value. So these right here, these ports area, are very, very high value. So even if you don't want it, you can still make a ton of gold by placing your land there, and then selling them later on in about 2 or 3 weeks when everyone is filled up. These land plots will actually be filled up probably within the first day. So if you're not going to be able to play on the very first day, you're screwed on getting a port side land plot. And that's because the Gilda Stars are just so cheap that they can, save up land really, really cheap. And you get the Gilda Stars, like I said, within the first 2 hours of playing the game, just doing the green quest here. So you notice we are already at 4 Gilda Stars and we haven't even really gotten anywhere. And you just constantly keep getting more Gilda Stars, Gilda Stars, Gilda Stars. All the green quests are amazing. But yeah, the biggest thing is you don't need your mount, or you don't need your glider. You just need a mount. You can buy that from the player store, and then just do the green quests. Here and there, you are going to want to do some of the other quests. So grab all the quests you can. You do get a quest tracker that will show you where certain things are on the map, and so they'll have a big area. And if you can kill those monsters with not other people stealing them from you, then go ahead and start doing that, because you do need to gain some levels as well. Because if you keep just doing all the green quests, you're going to run out of green quests, and now you're going to have to backtrack eventually and do levels anyway. Some of the areas that you may want land will have higher level monsters, so just to make yourself a little bit stronger and allow you to do some of the higher level quests. Level up some, do a couple, but you want to get away from the pack. Stay away from the big cluster of all these players because it would be almost impossible to kill things. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If there's any other tips or tricks that you want, leave them down in the comments and I'll try and get to those. Or if you have any other suggestions, but those are my top tips and tricks for getting land and also the correct way to start in Archeage.